Alright, what's up guys? This is going to be part 2 of the Yu-Gi-Oh! PSA reveal. Last time we did 36 cards. I'm not entirely sure how many's in this box yet. But we're going to be opening this up, revealing it, taking out the price and everything like that. And hopefully we got some good stuff in here. So, time to break the seal. We also have a couple other stuff in the PSA chamber, but that won't be for a while. So just keep your guys' eyes open, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications and all that. So the last box was not completely full. It did have this part empty. So this is a full box. So it's going to take even longer. Or this is probably going to be a bit of a longer video. Let's see if we can get this stack out without accidentally revealing any slabs. Oh. Okay. Mission kind of successful. Damn, this is a lot of slabs. Alright. So, stack this up. Here we go. This stack is, I said the last stack was massive, but this is a full PSA long box. Let me even raise the camera up to show you guys. I can use my hand. This is a full stack. This is huge. But, anyways, let's just get started with it. We're gonna have three piles, 10s, 9s, and 8s, and I think everything below 8 we're gonna make into a separate pile. So 4, I guess. Yeah, but let's get started. So first on the stack, what do we got? An ultimate rare, that's what we got. A 9. PSA 9 Behemoth, the king of all animals. Really interesting texture on this one. First edition. So that's our first 9. Hopefully, like the last one, we can have a big stack of 9s and 10s and stuff. Black Luster Soldier, a 9 again. First edition Invasion of Chaos. Another Blue Eyes and a 9 as well, just like the last one. But this is a different one. This is Legend of Blue Eyes. I don't believe the last one was. So that's pretty good. I'm not sure how much that one's worth though. Just like in the last video, I do not know the values of these. So like with this is Spellcancel 9. With the Dark Magician Girl, I had no clue how much that was worth. So sorry for not screaming like I'm Aisha Speed or something. Ancient Gear Golem, PSA 9. Alright. Freed the Brave Wanderer. Another 9. So we're on a streak here. Doing pretty good. Let me adjust the camera. Burst of Stream of Destruction. This is a pretty cool card, artwork wise. Another 9. Hopefully we can break this streak with a 10 though, and not a 2 or something. I also added this Pokemon poster back here. Thought that was pretty cool. Different Dimension Dragon 9. We are keeping it up. First edition. Dark Crisis. Yeah, that area was messy, so adding the sign makes things look a bit nicer. I literally spoke it into existence, breaking the streak with a 10, first edition Blast held by a Tribute. Dark Crisis. Pretty sweet. That's our first 10. Amazoness Archers 9. Magician's Force, first edition. You'll notice the reason why the quality of these cards is a lot higher is because I did spend like probably 3 hours. Ooh, another 10 spell, Vanishing, Dark Crisis. I spent like hours scrutinizing these cards before I sent them in. And now I do have a bit more experience. Chaos Emperor Dragon. Look at all the detail on that. Wow. It's a 4 though. That's kind of sad, but it's okay. Let's push these stacks up here so they're a bit more visible. Reshef the Dark Being 8. That's our first 8. I'm just gonna do 3 stacks like the last video to keep things consistent. Dark Mirror Force 6, first edition. Spoke too soon about talking about the quality of these cards and then get a 6 right there. Judgment of Anubis, Ultimate Rare, I believe? Not sure. First edition though. Pretty sweet texture there. Phoenix. Sacred Phoenix of... I don't even know how to say that. Flaming Eternity, first edition. Pretty sweet. Let me really show off that color there, because it's like black, but if you hit it just right, you can see that prismatic effect, which is pretty cool. Relinquished 10, first edition. What a classic card. I even know about this one because I just remember watching the show and stuff. Sweet. It's our third 10. Insect Princess 10. Once again, let's go. Dedication Through Light and Darkness. Sweet. Another 10. Starting a streak. Black Tyranno. PSA 8. Invasion of Chaos. I'm not sure why we sent this in. Zarborg the Thunder Monarch. First edition. Ancient Sanctuary. PSA 8. PSA 9, The End of Anubis. You really gotta hit the cards just right to show off that beautiful like texture. Pretty sweet. Ancient Sanctuary, first edition. Strike Ninja. PSA 9, Invasion of Chaos. Levia Dragon. Dageless, I'd say. PSA 9, pretty sweet. And I like how they changed the effect for the water to make it a bit more of a gradient. That's pretty cool. Dimension Fusion 9, Invasion of Chaos, first edition. Once again, 9 pile looking very sweet here. Dark Magician. Now this one I knew was not going to be grading great, but the 6 is not too bad, I think. I'll really bring it close so you guys can get that texture. Sorry for the glare though. Stardeck who? Y? I don't know who SDY is. But hey, it's Dark Magician. Blue Eyes. SDK, Stardeck Kaiba. Wow. PSA 7. I'm gonna assume this one's got a bit more kick to its price wise. I don't know. Penguin Soldier. What a cutie. PSA 8, first edition. Stardeck Joey. Dark Master Zork. I don't even know what you really gotta zoom in to see the face on this one. PSA 4, first edition. Dark Crisis. It's rough. Getting a 4. Aitsu, 9. Magician's Force First Edition. Sweet. No holo on this one, but it's got some use to it. Gaia, the Dragon Chiron. Oh, sorry. Champion. It's got that texture again, which I really like. 4. First. This isn't even. Oh, this is Legend of Blue Eyes. Oh, this is a slab error, I think, guys. I don't know. It says first edition, but it's not. It doesn't say first edition down here. So that's interesting. Maybe the first edition didn't have it marked. Who knows? Exodia Necros. I've actually used this card before. PSA 9 Dark Crisis, not first edition. Another Relinquished. Oof. Damn. It's a 2, guys. That's freaking depressing. It's a first edition as well. But I can tell, like, look at that. That's some beautiful color there, but you can tell why it's a 2. Look at that top there. See it? Bent the hell up and scraped, I think, right below the R, or to the left of the R. In this corner. Oh my gosh, this card is beat up. Probably get 15 bucks out of it if possible. Who knows? Another Dark Magician. This time a different starter deck. Yugi. Sweet. First edition. Another classic card. DD Designator. That just looks cool. Rose holding a lightsaber for real. PSA 7, first edition. Invasion of Chaos. I thought this card was weird. Orca Mega Fortress of Darkness. When it comes to weird cards, I mean, this definitely is up there. I mean, if you took out the word Orca and it was like something completely different, that would be normal, but why? But hey, PSA 9 first edition. Another one of these. Reshef the Dark Being, PSA 9 from the Lost Millennium, first edition. Toon Summoned Skull, first edition. Magic Ruler. Sweet. Kaiser Seahorse. I really need better lighting. Show you guys these cards. First edition. PSA 9. Another Relinquished first edition, but a different one. This is SDP. Not sure what that is, but this is a 7, and I'm not entirely sure why, but it looks like there's a little bit of like sand, almost sanding wear and tear on the surface here. You guys can scan it to get like the high resolution image, but it's just, I don't know. Would have loved it to be a bit higher. Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. Now this one is definitely cooler than Red Eyes Blackjack in my opinion, but it is a pretty cool. Both of them are still cool cards. First edition, Legendary Collection, I would assume. I don't know. PSA 7. Guardian Angel Joan, first edition. PSA 6. Now, this one has like a golden background, which I think is pretty cool. But it's still got that prism. The Agent of Force Mars, PSA 9. Pretty sweet. Oh wait, wrong. Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. PSA 9 first edition. Starter deck Pegasus. Actually, I never heard of that starter deck. Red Eyes Black Giant, I was just talking trash about. PSA 8. Pretty cool. First edition starter deck Joey. Scapegoat. PSA 8. Another first edition. Starter deck Joey. We're coming up on our last 3, guys, so I'm going to slow down a bit. Curse of Anubis. PSA 9. Ancient Sanctuary. Can we get one last 10? Blue Eyes Shining Dragon. A beautiful card. I really like this card. I used it in my elementary days of playing Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a promo, limited edition, PSA 6. Okay, let's finish off with a bang. Exodia Necros. Sorry about that. PSA 9. Good enough. But yeah, that's our last card. Dark Crisis. So let's look at the stacks. I do not think this performed as well as the last box, but the last box was 36 cards. I will put in the description how many cards this was. I have no clue. Actually, I take that back. This should be 50 cards because we signed 86. So out of 50 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 in 10 was a 10. Pretty sweet. I don't think we got anything too crazy in a 10 except for the Relinquished. I'm not sure how much that's worth. Spell Vanishing. Looks like a lot of spell cards, which I assume were, not played with. Then we got 9s actually beat everything sub 8, which is really good. You always want your 9s to beat everything else, honestly, because, well, of course you want your 10s to beat everything else, but realistically, you would want to have more 9s than any other grade in the average order. It wouldn't be realistic to expect higher, I feel like, in most circumstances. But yeah, so as for news, we did drop off an order at Chantilly that is processing and grading right now. That's a big order, 150 cards roughly. And then we also have a couple opening videos coming out soon. So definitely be on the lookout. Actually, not even be on the lookout. I'm going to be dropping those as soon as possible because I have been very inconsistent with y'all. I'm going to try to premiere those and release them ASAP. So yeah, lots of stuff coming. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.